Yeah, technical difficulties here. But anyway, um, yeah, come on. It's amazing we only lost 33-28. No, we still had some fight in us. Um, but you can't fall behind 21-0, and you're playing at home. I mean,
and it didn't feel like a home crowd today. Oof.
No. At times, the crowd was into it, made a little comeback. But you're tired of hearing that chant, "Let's go Lions, let's go Lions." You hear that, and the Saints fans responded. But hey, their team is winning. Their team is 9-3, so they can be optimistic whether they're playing at Ford Field or on the road. Now, when you look at it, the Deuce is right, and this is like basic one-on-one football. You can't fall behind 21-0, and we needed to be +2 instead of -2 in the turnover margin. We're still on the plus side. We're +4 for the season, but this is the game. Remember I told you that we were +6, and what were they, -5? I said, if we +2, I truly believe we would have won this game. But us being -2 and you fall behind 21-0, I'm still amazed the game was this close. So, we still had some fight in us, but again, it's not PE class. It's not you just going out there and competing and show, because you should fight back. You're a pro, but you can't afford to dig yourself a hole. Now, the NFL loves this, though. You know what? Look at the sample size. We played the Lions, this going back over half a century, like in the late 60s. We played 27 times, and the record is 13 wins, 13 losses, and 1 tie. That's the kind of stuff the NFL loves. Now, we were ahead 13-12, but now 13-1 all time against the Detroit Lions. Now the Black and Gold, we were 95. Now we're 9-6 at home. So now we had a 2-game winning streak that got broken. So it's not 3 wins in a row. And I kind of thought it'd be what I told you, Steve, 27-20, 24-20. The Lions would come out on top. I thought it would truly be like a touchdown or less type game. Because if you look at those 27 games, well over half of the battles have been decided by a touchdown or less. Now, when you're in those games, you want to win. And now we fought hard, but we fell short. No, you got to win. The NFL always, you hear me say this, it's a production win business. You have to win football games. Now, the way the game started, and you look at it, and you could see that Detroit, that they were going to run the ball. Now, when all said and done, I thought they might have 40 rushing attempts. They had 30 rushing attempts for 142 yards, 4.7 yard average. Both their backs, their stud backs, Gibbs and Montgomery, they were averaging like 5 yards a carry. Well, Gibbs had 7.5. Now, Montgomery was only 3.1. But I thought they'd end up having more rushing attempts. Now, we had 36 attempts, but we only averaged 3.1 yards a carry. That's what has to flip. And it's not flipped throughout the season where we need to be averaging 4.7 and only giving up 3.1. But that was not the case. Look, to start the game, look, you want the fans to cheer. They went 7 plays, 80 yards. We're losing 7-0. They threw 1 pass on that drive. And they were running the ball. They were averaging 9 yards a carry. It was even like a 3rd and 7 scenario situation, and they ran the ball. How many times this day and age is like, you want them in 3rd and 7, and they're going to run? So I think we got outfoxed then as far as, game plan and all that. And then we get the ball, and then Carter, Juwan Johnson. What's up with him? I mean, then we pay him, and Juwan, I mean, he has not played like a tight end that we can rely upon. I mean, it went through his hands. They got an interception. And before you know it, now we lose. And we -1, and we losing 14-0. And then we go 3 and out. And then Goff to Laporta. Okay, when are we going to cover the damn tight end? That Laporta guy, Iowa got some. But you look at Kittles with the 49ers. Look at all the Iowa tight ends around the NFL. I think that's a good university to develop tight ends. He had 9 targets, 9 catches, 140 yards, almost 16-yard average per reception. Yeah, 1 touchdown. So, but we can't guard tight ends. That's been kind of our Achilles heel when you look at teams, how they're attacking it. So now we're down 21-0. And then it was 4 minutes, I was sitting by 4 minutes left in the first quarter. And that's why it's amazing how we fought back. But, you know, you don't get any points for effort. You got to win. They had 132 yards to our 0. And they had 8 first downs to our 0. And then if you look at, like, passing yards in the first quarter, we had, like, -4.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm still amazed that we're able to come back considering the circumstance that we're in. Okay, now looking at how it broke down, on third down, this is excellent. If we do this every game, we might win 5 in a row. Hey, bro, what are you talking about? Okay, look how sorry our schedule is. But you might say, well, the Saints are sorry. Still, it's who beats who. Look at the score today with the Jets and the Falcons. What was that? Was it like almost single digits, 12-8 or something?
13-8.
13-8. I still think it's going to come down to the last game of the season. The Falcons coming to the Caesar Superdome, and everyone's going to NFC South. I might say, oh, well, Tampa Bay might be in the mix. I don't know. We played at Tampa come New Year's Eve. We got Carolina Giants. Now, what if we could do December 21st, Thursday Night Football at the Rams? So you got Carolina Giants, the Rams, Tampa Bay, and the Falcons. Now, you might say, well, we lost 3 games in a row. Why are you saying we're not going to lose 4? I don't know, because you can go in streaks. We lost 3, you might win 4 or 5. I'm just telling you, it's not like we're playing coming up like even a team better than the Lions. Let's say like the Eagles or the 49ers or, God forbid, the Cowgirls or, the Chiefs, whoever you think, like explosive Dolphins type teams. So that's why I'm telling you, the glass is still half full. Hebert, you better stay off that glass. Half full. But you know why the glass is still half full? We were 100% in the red zone. Woo-hoo. Well, we were 4 for 4, not 0 for 4, or not 2 for 4, but you want to be 50% or more. We were 4 for 4 in red zone and goal to goal. So I look at that as the glass half full. Third down, we were 6 of 12, 50%. Now, I don't know if Derek Carr is going to play, and Jameis is going to be leading the crew come against Carolina. And then you look at the Giants. I'm just talking about recent games coming up.
Right.
Well, that means that you're being efficient and you're going to be productive. Obviously, you're scoring touchdowns in the red zone, and you're able to convert 50% on third down. Now, it's the same song and dance, like I said, stop the run the football. That has not been flipped. We can't run the ball really consistently. When you look 36 attempts, 3.1 average, that's not getting it done. And they had a 4.7 average per attempt. And I talked about the turnover margin. Penalties, you can't say, a lot of Who Dat Nation members, the fans, oh, the ref cheated. The referees cheated. I don't know. It was a push. They called 6 penalties on them, 6 on us. So to me, the referees, they kind of let it play. It wasn't that much where you even talk about considering, like I said, it was a push. We had the ball 4 minutes more than they did. Always look at this, the total yard production. Taysom Hill had 74. Kamara had 109. So look at that. That's winning football. In that regard, if we can get that kind of production, and I always want Albert to be about 120 to 130. But 109, that's okay considering how Taysom Hill is helping the cause with 74 yards. Now, Chris Olave, 8 targets, 5 receptions, 119 yards, 24-yard average. Now, with Chris Olave, then, it's just timing, being on the right page. He's wide open. I don't know if Jameis thought he'd be more on the inside and how it's a little inaccurate, but it still hit Chris Olave in the hands. I don't know, make a great catch. Now, on the 4th down, no, Jameis was off on that one. So we had a chance to take the lead. Now, when you think about that, it's the whole woulda, coulda, shoulda, but it did not occur. And look at Jimmy Graham. I don't know what he's been targeted 3 times, and his 2 catches went for touchdowns. So 3 targets, 2 touchdowns, 2 receptions. So I think going forward, he should be more involved, obviously, in the passing game. Now, Jared Goff had a quarterback rating right under 118. Not to write home about, but did it seem like we really harassed Derek? Derek. I know they harassed Derek a couple of times, but did it seem like that we harassed Jared Goff?
We got a sack today. I was impressed by finally.
Oh, a sack. So now we got 19. What? It's not 19 after 5 games. No, we got to be high 40s or low 50s. And I talked about that. No, that's, and end up getting the sack, and I got to give him a game ball. Steve, no, I know, diamond in the rough. We're going to get to that. But let me tell you, these 2 players who I really thought stepped up. Nephi Sewell, he was tied for the lead in tackles with 8. He had 2 tackles for loss. And Zach Bond, now he had a sack. He had a quarterback hurry and a tackle for loss.
First career sack. Zach Bond, congratulations.
Yeah, so putting him in position to have success, because, you're going to have guys injured. You have to have guys step up and make plays. But listen, I kind of checked out, to tell you the truth, after the first quarter.
Oh, it was rough.
And I said, I was looking at you. I go, even if we come back, we're not going to win. Oh, so close, but so far. No, what it is like, oh, we fought hard. Well, Dennis Allen says we fought hard. Well, hell yeah, you should fight hard. You're a pro. You're getting paid millions of dollars. So what, you just going to quit? You want to be in the real world? Hello? Come on. You should fight back. But you cannot, again, that's the bottom line. You can't fall down 21-0 against a winning team like the Lions. And it's not like, Carolina, whoever you look in the future.
Or the Bears.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And then you lose the turnover. To Steve, I know I told you this in the pregame, even during the week. This is the game.
Had to be.
We got to be like +2.
Right.
It can't be -2. So I'm still amazed that we were still in the game at the end.
No, you're totally right there. Considering where everything was in this game, you started out in the hole, 21 points. You turned the ball over twice, and yet you were still in it.
No, and had the ball in our hands for a chance to take the lead. But I don't know. We snake bit.
Like you said, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
And then Derek Carr, he gets shellacked, and he gets hit too hard, and not only has like 1 injury, he has 3. I don't know, my head, my back, my shoulder. I mean, Steve, we don't have a bye this week, right?
No bye week.
I think Jameis, right now, since we don't have a bye, I don't see how Jameis doesn't start against Carolina.
Carr's neck might be in worse shape than yours right now.
Oh, Steve, don't remind my neck. I got so much whiplash, old school. So, but anyway, that just frustrates me because the schedule is so favorable, but we're not favorable as far as representing the Hodat Nation. So are we sniffing 500? No, we below 500. So how many games we played now with the South? We played 12, right?
12 games.
And what we have 5 wins. So it's not like we like Atlanta 6-6.
Not what we saw in the crystal ball of the easiest schedule in Saints history.
The only problem if it doesn't come to fruition and we're not playing Atlanta for the NFC South title at the end, is because the damn Falcons schedule is easier than us. Than easier than ours. So I don't know. I said we can go on a run. The Falcons might go on a run too. But then we need them to slip up because right now we are a full game behind at 6-6. And look at their division ranking compared to us. So right now it doesn't look good.
Pour one out and pass it around, folks, on the Ciroc Point After. Want to hear from you on the Open Heart Jewelers Talking text line, 504-260-1870. Be back with your calls and more right after this on the Community Coffee Saints Radio Network.